Hi
or whatever greetings you do lately. 我是 Luke 陈大龙，然后这是我妈妈。
对，OK， 我们因为这个月有一部我们很期待的电影要上映了，对不对？对。它是什么？你说？
它是那个 Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan, which I'm a little scared because he's probably gonna detonate a real nuclear bomb.
你也知道他就是会做真的东西，他不喜欢 CGI， 对不对
？I feel like he absolutely despises it. one time he crashed a real plane into a airport because, no CGI.
Okay, so 你知道谁会来演 Oppenheimer 吗？
就是那个什么 Cillian Murphy. He's the 那个 cop he was the cop in Time, 就是终点站。还有he was Robert in Inception, and he is Tommy Shelby in the Peaky Blinders.
对，没错。我们最喜欢的就是 Peaky Blinders。
对 ，Shelby 有一个 style。
你知道这个 according 这个 episode 来讲 ，Peaky Blinders 的中文叫做浴血黑帮，对不对？因为真的超好看的，对，推荐大家。
You should go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Peaky Blinders 的 family 他们什么是 in their vein？ 他们血管里是什么
？Whisky 对，那个什么，我觉得在 Peaky Blinders 他们都在狂抽烟啊，然后那个什么，他们在 In Time 这边狂跑步，然后在 Inception 是狂睡觉。
对，好，然后我有上网看一下，就是我知道 Oppenheimer 这部电影，它其实是从他的传记改编的。对，传记的英文怎么讲？
传记是 biography。
然后呢，我有注意到，就是这个传记里面，他把那个 Oppenheimer 称作是美国的普罗米修斯 Prometheus。对，你知道普罗米修斯的神话吗？这个 myth。So
the Prometheus' myth is from Greek mythology. He is the god of foresight, and he was the creator of humans. He sculpted them using clay.
捏面人。好，然后嘞
So after he sculpted these humans, the world was slightly too cold for them to survive. So Zeus gave them fire, and it was pretty good and all, but the humans fought each other with this fire. They had this new ability that they could use them to make weapons and tools and use the fire itself to kill each other because of war.
你是说本来人是没有火的，但是 Zeus 给他们火，帮助他们 survive， 然后结果慢慢的他们就把火用来制作武器，然后开始互相残杀。
对
，OK， 那结果嘞，发生什么事
？Zeus decided to take away the fire.
Take away， 取消。
对，
那没有火，大家也很难生存了吧
？Yeah, and obviously that now they couldn't use their old tools because they didn't have fire to make like swords and knives.
所以说，在在这个神话里面，人的科技本来是有进步到用火，可是它又被夺走了。
对 ，and metal. I'm pretty sure they were in like the Middle Age.
所以他们的技术又退步了，回到没有火的时代。
Yeah, back to wood.
Oh man， 那这样他们还是会。
A lot of them froze to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because of that, Prometheus felt bad for them. He felt really sorry because he's the creator of the humans and all.
Maybe 他觉得他对他们有一点责任 or something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, basically, the humans are his children.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, I agree. 然后呢
So he stole a lightning bolt from Olympus, from Zeus, and he went back down the mountain and secretly gave back some fire gave back some fire to the humans using that lightning bolt.
那这样子他偷走了，那这样他会被处罚吗？
Yeah, Zeus found out pretty soon. So Zeus punished Prometheus by tying him to a rock and having a vulture or eagle eat out his liver every day, and it would regrow back every day. So this cycle would continue.
因为他是一个神，所以他应该也不会那么容易死。
Yes.
所以他就是每天伤害他，但是他又不会死
Yes.
的这种处罚。
Kind of sad.
Oh my god. So 你觉得
I feel like I'm a psychopath for saying kind of sad.
可是你觉得露丝为什么要处罚他？
Well, it's because
因为我觉得他偷火也是 for good to 那个啊 human 不是吗？对啊，那
I feel like Zeus and Prometheus, they both had different views on the humans, even though they still had sympathy. They had different types of sympathy for them.
我知道了。
Zeus was more intent on their safety, but Prometheus was more intent on their well-being. 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 That's a really hard word to pronounce.
也就是说 Zeus 他觉得他们自相残杀，所以他不要再让他们自相残杀，他让他们 nature select， 对不对？然后但是对
They're gonna evolve back into monkeys and get their hair back because of that.
没有啦。所以 Oppenheimer 是谁？Who is this guy? And 他在电影里面他在干嘛？
So, in real life, he was responsible for most of the research and design of this atomic bomb. Because
atomic bomb 就是 nuclear bomb 对不对？
Yes.
核弹的一种。
Yes. We'll talk about that later. Well, why he was trying to invent this nuclear bomb was because, well, he was actually part of the Manhattan Project.
他是这个计划的 leader 吗？
Yes. Well, he was the leader of the research. He was the leader of the science. He was the head scientist over at the laboratory they were working in.
那曼哈顿计划要干嘛？
At the time, Nazi Germany still existed. It was World War II, and it was in late World War II, and well, Hitler was still here. Anyway, the German scientists found out how to split the atom, and they noticed they found out how to split the atom, and they noticed it generated a huge amount of energy.
就是他发现那个核分裂，对吧？
Yeah.
可以带来一些那个 chain reaction.
Yes.
OK. 然后嘞
So they figured it out, and because the U.S. knew that, well, they thought that the Nazis would make a nuclear bomb before them if they didn't do anything, and Hitler achieving his dreams wouldn't be a very good future for them. So they decided to start the Manhattan Project because their headquarters were in Manhattan.
所以你认为就是 US military 做 Manhattan Project 其实是希望可以赶在 Nazi 研发更恐怖的武器之前先做好准备。
Yeah, and you know
是有点这种感觉。
Yes.
所以它 kind of like 一种 race 是吗？
是。It was a race against the Nazis to make a nuclear bomb.
可是因为我们现在所知道的 nuclear bomb 其实是一个非常恐怖的武器，对不对？
And it is.
对，它确实也是嘛。
Yeah.
那
I'm pretty sure what the movie is about is part of this race, and you know the thoughts that Oppenheimer had using clever cinema skills.
那我有一个假设性的问题要问你，就是说，假如我们在生活里，然后就是比如说在学校好了，
Okay.
然后有一个玻璃，就是说有一些，就是假装你有一个同学，他身材比你高大，然后他力气也比你大，然后他常常抢你的东西，你不仅没办法抢回来，有可能你在抢回来的时候，他还会打你。
Yeah. First of all, this is hypothetical. This never happened.
对，我刚说啦
Okay.
Let's assume 这个问题啊，假设的啊，对啊。如果你想要保护好自己的东西的话，你觉得你需要什么？
我需要 maybe like a weapon, like a knife. I could threaten you with it. Knife.
就是一个武器就对了。
Yeah.
这个武器可以，比如说他要攻击你的时候，你可以拿出来让他知道。
Yeah.
如果你伤害我，你也会有危险。就是 show him the price he gonna pay. 哦，所以Oppenheimer 那么 desperate 的想要把这个 nuclear bomb 研究出来，好像是很可以理解的，对不对？
对啊。
那 Manhattan 的 project 算是成功吗？
It was a success.
他成功了。
Yeah. And it was a success. And doing so, they created the first ever atomic bomb. It was big and heavy and named Trinity.
所以曼哈顿计划的最后就是成功的做出世界上第一颗原子弹。
Yes, it was like a byproduct of their research.
所以它是经过一些 research、一些 manufacturing、一些 experiment， 然后最后得到的一个 result。
Trinity.
你刚刚讲 atomic bomb， 那 atomic bomb 跟 nuclear bomb 哪里不一样嘛？因为我只知道 nuclear bomb 而已。
Oh, well, nuclear bomb is like a category. Well, nuclear bomb is referring to like all types of bombs that use fission or fusion.
就是所有核什么的过程
Yeah.
得到的武器都叫做 nuclear bomb 核弹这样。
Yes. And they're normally split into two types. The first one is the atomic bomb, and the second one is the hydrogen bomb, which we'll be talking about later. The first two types of atomic bombs were actually used in these two types were actually used in the most famous nuclear bombs known to history.
就是那个投给日本的那2颗
Yeah.
对不对？ OK， 他们叫什么名字？不是他们叫什么名字，是那2个地方叫什么地方？
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The first one was in Hiroshima.
OK， 然后另外一个是
their nicknames were Little Boy and Fat Man.
所以大家还帮原子弹取名字。
It's a little better to remember them by nicknames rather than numbers and letters.
他们是使用在战争中咯，对吗？
Yes, but those were the only two ones used in war, and that's why they were so famous.
所以 atomic bomb 是用什么原理？
They use nuclear fission. So imagine a very heavy type of metal, say uranium, and that heavy metal is and uranium are split into two types. Uranium-235, which is fissionable, which means it can undergo fission, and the other, uranium-238, isn't.
Okay.
So the more important one is 235. There are two types, and the first one used in Little Boy was the gun-type fission bomb, and the other one was the implosion-type fission bomb, which is actually the most common type used. So the first one, the gun-type fission bomb, was actually the simplest to understand. It's two pieces of uranium that fit into each other perfectly, and they use explosives to shoot one piece of uranium at the other. And when they fit perfectly, I'm pretty sure that pressure activates that energy, lets loose all of that energy because of their speed when hitting at each other. They start undergoing fission, and that nuclear chain reaction starts, and everything goes boom.
所以其实 basically 我们可以说这2颗原子弹直接结束了 World War II.
Yes. Well, obviously Japan didn't measure it because it was a victim of that, and it was kind of like a surprise attack.
所以 nuclear bomb 是为了预防纳粹德国而做出来的，可是结果却被发射在日本的土地上。
It was because Pearl Harbor. Just near the end of World War II, America and Japan had some war going on between them, right?
对。
So they decided to send these two bombs to end that war.
那这样子 Oppenheimer 跟那个爱因斯坦是同一个时代的吧，对不对？
Yeah, they lived in the same time.
那他们有一起做那个曼哈顿 project 吗？
They weren't part of the Manhattan Project, but they did work on nuclear stuff. Einstein proposed a design for a kind of nuclear reactor.
那我们现在还有在用原子弹吗？就是说现代到了现代这个时候，因为
they're in the U.S. arsenal. But they aren't used currently.
所以
unless World War III happens, obviously.
那我知道，其实现在世界上大概有9个国家拥有核武器，对不对？
Yeah, let me try to name them all.
好。
So there's America, Soviet Union, well, now Russia.
没有 Soviet Union 的
Yeah.
sorry.
No, not sorry. So America, Russia, France, Britain, China. There's also
North Korean.
oh yeah, North Korea.
North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea, and there's also Israel and India.
还有巴基斯坦啊，
Oh yeah, Pakistan.
这样9个啦。
Yes.
因为我看那个在研究 atomic bomb 的时候，同时也有一点在研究 hydrogen bomb 的，对不对？
Ooh, now it's time to talk about them.
对，那所以其实从 atomic bomb 到 hydrogen bomb， 它算是 level up 了吗？
Yes, and they were more powerful.
哦，
So the hydrogen bombs have 2 types as well. The one was the wet fuel, and the other is the dry fuel.
湿炸弹、干炸弹
Yes.
2种。
So the first type, the wet fuel, is so they use deuterium and tritium in a liquid solution.
哦，所以就是
Deuterium and tritium are very good for fusing. They're kind of better to get that. They're kind of better than hydrogens.
嗯
Well, they're isotopes of hydrogen. There's different types of hydrogen, and deuterium and tritium are these 2.
嗯
And they fuse pretty well, and they get a lot of energy. So the wet fuel is using these two chemicals, and they make it a liquid. And obviously, because hydrogen can be a liquid, but it's only at very low temperatures, right? So
对，
so the wet version was actually very big.
因为它还要装那个
Keep it
让它
cold.
对保冷设备。
Yeah, and that made it even bigger, so it wasn't deliverable, which means you can't drop it from a plane.
那所以它只能放在原地嘛？
Yes, it has to be built there and detonated there.
它放在那边，可是它又不能
Well, it was their first test.
哦。
They were testing if wet fuels or dry fuels is better.
那他们有试爆吗？不然他怎么知道他有没有成功？
Well, I mean, it worked.
哦 OK，
The result was IV mic made by the U.S. And the other type was dry fuel.
嗯
They used lithium deuteride.
嗯
The version with dry fuel, also made by the U.S., was codenamed Castle Bravo, and it used lithium-6 and lithium-7. Now, the reason why they used both is because lithium-6, they actually wanted lithium-6 for the main fuel, but they couldn't get enough, so they replaced the rest with lithium-7. These hydrogen bombs are also named thermonuclear bombs.
因为 Oppenheimer 他本人就是他虽然把那个核弹研发出来，可是我在查到的资料里发现他对于就是他的想法，他的 thought 有一点改变了。他本来觉得我们的世界需要一颗原子弹来保护我们的和平
Peacekeeping down.
可是因为他只是一个科学家，然后决定要不要轰炸的应该是别人，对吧？
Yeah, likely not his
对啊，
decision.
那所以他觉得他把这个东西做出来，他曾经说他觉得他双手沾满鲜血 with blood。那
That makes sense.
你觉得他是怎么样的一个人？
你是说 after 那个 Hiroshima and Nagasaki 吗？
你觉得他为什么会这样想呢？
可能是因为那个什么，他觉得他一开始制作那个 bomb 的 purpose 是跟他们 actual 的 use 的 purpose 是不一样的，然后 when he found out 的时候，他就 regret。
那你觉得 Prometheus 有 regret 给人们火吗？
He kind of did. I'm pretty sure that punishment was definitely part of that. I'm pretty sure that punishment is the equivalent of basically the same thing as Oppenheimer feeling guilty about creating that nuclear bomb. I'm gonna give out 2 fun facts. The first one is when the hydrogen bomb, well, not so fun, but when they wanted to keep going and create the hydrogen bomb, Oppenheimer actually protested against this idea because he didn't want more powerful bombs to be invented.
那我觉得听起来他 他
Yeah,
这个
not
人
so fun fact.
他有他的底线，他觉得 hydrogen bomb 就是 gone too far， 对不对？
对。
OK。那假如你是 Oppenheimer 的话，然后你把原子弹研发出来了，
对，
结果却投了2颗在日本，那你自己，如果你是 Oppenheimer， 你会怎么看待这件事情？你会有什么感觉？
I feel like I'd feel exactly the same way as Oppenheimer did.
So 你也会 blame yourself?
Yeah, but I'd rather blame the U.S. military for doing all that.
真的哦。
Yeah.
所以你觉得你不喜欢战争？
No.
可是
I'd rather sit here in the peace of my home without nuclear war going on in my backyard.
对，但是我们不是当时的人，我们也没有那个决定权，所以我们不知道，我们没有办法知道我们在那个 moment 我们有没有办法做得更好，对不对？
对。
反正我觉得好难哦。
对。Well, the second fun fact, well, now it's not so fun anymore. If Japan did not surrender, they would have sent a third nuke.
他们准备第3颗。
没有准备，但是 they had plans to.
也就是说，他们已经有2颗了，就算要再组一个第3颗出来，应该也不用多久。
Yes.
那也就是说
，that just shows how fast they are at creating these nukes.
所以他们在研发的时候，应该目标不只有把核弹研发出来，他们的目标还有可以快速生产，对不对
？And they kind of achieved that. Imagine the pressure on the country at the time, because I'm pretty sure they sent these bombs, I'm pretty sure when Hiroshima was detonated, and because the president of Japan at the time wouldn't surrender, I'm pretty sure the next day they sent another one.
那时候不是 president， 日本那时候有一个 emperor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those 2 bombs were only like a day apart.
因为日本是军国主义，就是说
imperialist，
everyone 都是 soldier， 所以他们那时候的 ideology 应该就是
it takes everyone to die for me to surrender。
对 OK， 我觉得我们今天的讨论就到这里了。
Watch some nuclear test videos because they're pretty awesome.
对其他核弹有兴趣的，你可以建议大家看什么？
Yeah, I recommend the Baker test.
OK.
It was detonated in the sea.
还有一个东西我们可以介绍给其他有兴趣的小朋友，对不对？就是那个 PHET 那个 website。
Yeah, PHET. There's a build a nucleus.
它是一个
You can add a proton or a neutron. It's pretty cool.
我是说 PHET 是一个网站，然后它里
And
面
the simulations there are also free.
对，它里面就是有很多物理化学原理的一些模拟器
Math.
然后在 PHET 这个网站里面，它有针对 nuclear bomb 做一个那个
Well, not nuclear bombs. They had like nucleuses. They had like a prototype simulation.
对，有一个原型模拟器。
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's translations for it or not. So there's a build a nucleus one.
对，有兴趣的话，大家可以自己上那个网站看看，我们会把链接放在下面。
Yes.
OK， 那就今天就到这里。
Yeah, that's sad. Well, we're gonna see you later.
Bye.